Introduction. Financial management is a managerial activity that entails the planning and control of a company's financial resources in order to achieve return on its invested capital. Financial analysis, on the other hand, is used to assess business, budget and long-term goals for business activity as well as to determine a company performance. Our goal is to help each group member make a comparison on the financial position of these two companies. We enclose here the introduction of this report, the objective of the report, and the next part is very important from the report significant. It was prepared by my group for the financial management course. AFT 2073 Financial Management give the information need to make informed economic and operational control.
So today I will present about background of Ivory Properties Group Berhad. So Ivory Properties Group was formed in 1999 and now has risen to become a well-known and reputable property developer in Penang and Northern Malaysia. Their project portfolio includes medium to high-end apartment, luxury condominiums, semi-detached and bungalow homes, boutique gated communities, retail and commercial properties, and more. They focus on three platforms for their group business model, which is market focus strategy, operation strategy, and location strategy. Okay, next I will talk about Amcorp Properties Berhad background. So Amcorp Properties Berhad is a subsidiary of Amcorp Group Berhad. They are formerly known as Arab Malaysian Development Berhad, that is a Malaysia property development and investment firm. So Amcorp Properties is headquartered in Petaling Jaya, Malaysia, and was formed on December 29, 1965. So Amcorp Properties Berhad is an investment holding firm that specializes in real estate development and investing. It operates in three segments. First, Malaysia Properties and Others. Second, Overseas Properties and Contracting and Renewable Energy. Malaysia Properties and Others are involved in property development, property investment, property management services, and investment holding activities in Malaysia, while Overseas Properties focuses on property development, property investment, and property management services in other countries. And for Contracting and Renewable Energy segment, it includes electrical and power engineering contractors and the fabrication of electrical equipment and power generation.
Ratio analysis. There are 40 ratio analysis that were used to analyze financial statements of Ivory Property Group Berhad and Amcorp Property Berhad. So this is the summary for both company considering 3 years analysis result. In a liquidity ratio, it demonstrates that both company financial performance has not been strong enough in recent year, and the company need to show that it can satisfy its short-term debt obligation. However, in the profitability ratio, it's revealed that Ivory Properties Group Berhad's performance have all been strong lately. Meanwhile, Amcorp Properties Berhad has poor performance, which illustrates that the company's poor state when it comes to generating sales by utilizing its assets. Besides, Ivory Company and Amcorp's activity ratio reflect a decreased company performance due to a lack of optimal utilization of its assets and a lack of annual growth in inventory turnover, fixed asset turnover, and total asset turnover to produce sales in this current period. Next, leverage ratio of both companies show a low level of ratio. Low leverage has been linked to a greater chance of solvency. And lastly, market or equity ratio. It shows that Ivory Company has higher ratio compared to the Amcorp Company. Higher ratio indicate better income per share.
So next, we're going to talk about ratio analysis. Alright, the first one is the current ratio. So as we can see, the current ratio formula is the current assets divided by the current liabilities. So from the table, we can see that two companies, and then they are facing the same trend since 2018 until 2020, which is increase and decrease. So from the vertical analysis, we can see that in 2018 and 2020, Ivory has the higher ratio than Amcorp Company. Although both company faces decreasing from 2019 to 2020, but still the company reflected the ability to pay back its short-term obligation on time because the ratio is greater than 1. Then you can see that the second one is the quick ratio. The quick ratio formula is current assets minus inventory and divided by current liabilities. So from the horizontal analysis, we can see that Ivory Properties and MCorp Properties both also facing the same trend, which is increasing, then back to decreasing. And then from the vertical analysis, we can see that Ivory and MCorp companies both compared for the continuous 3 years. MCorp Properties Berhad has higher ratio compared to Ivory Properties. MCorp company has greater ability to convert receivables into cash quickly more than Ivory. So the third one is return on asset. The formula of return on asset is earning after tax divided by total assets. So as you can see from the table, alright, for the horizontal analysis, we can see that for Ivory Properties Group, the trend is decreasing and increasing back. Yeah. For the MCorp Properties, which is decreasing for the 3 years. Alright. So for the vertical analysis, we can see that in 2018, MCorp indicates higher returns on firms' investment. Then 2019 also same, and 2020 MCorp has a lower return on asset compared to Ivory Properties Group. MCorp has higher return in 2018 and 2019, but in 2020 Ivory has higher return. So in this case, MCorp needs to improve their operational management to gain more profit. Then we proceed to the next, which is return on equity. The formula of return on equity, which is earning after tax divided by total equity. So for the horizontal analysis, we can see that Ivory Property Groups are decreasing from 2.32% in 2018 to 0.11% in 2019, and then increased back to 4.92% in 2020. Alright, so this shows that within the 2018 and 2019, the company fails to manage the shareholders' investment to generate income, and then increased back in 2020. After that, you can see the MCorp Properties. The return in 2018, which is 9.56%, has dropped to 3.13% in 2019 and dropped again to 1.46% in 2020. For the vertical analysis, we can see that 2020, Ivory has high return compared to MCorp. For 2019 and 2018, MCorp able to manage well in the shareholders' investment than Ivory. The return on equity continues drop because MCorp Properties Berhad fails to manage the shareholders' investment to generate the income. The gross profit margin for the formula is gross profit divided by sales. So for the horizontal analysis, for Ivory Properties Group, it has been risen from 23.67% in 2018 to 35.58% in 2019, and then dropped back to 26.63%. For MCorp, which is facing increasing from 2018 to 2020. Okay, so for vertical analysis, you can see that in 2020, MCorp has higher margin than Ivory. In 2019, Ivory has lower margin than MCorp, which is both same 2019 and 2020. And then 2018, so the MCorp has able to manage the cost of the sale in their company way better than Ivory. MCorp has better margin than Ivory within these 3 years. Then we move to the operating profit margin. So the formula for operating profit margin, which is operating profit divided by the sales. From the horizontal analysis, you can see that Ivory Properties Group has been rising from 2018 to 2020 from 9.31% to 10.34% and to 20.44%. For MCorp Properties, it's facing increasing and then decreasing back. For vertical analysis, you can see that in 2020, Ivory margin is higher than MCorp margin in difference of 3.69%. In 2019, MCorp has better productivity than Ivory. So for 2018, Ivory has lower margin than MCorp in difference of 6.23%. So in 2018 and 2019 both years, MCorp has higher margin than Ivory. But then 2020, MCorp has a lower margin than Ivory. Net profit margin, the formula of net profit margin is earning after tax divided by sales. So for our horizontal analysis, you can see that Ivory Properties Group has been decreasing from 2018 to 2019 and then increasing back in 2020. In 2019 and 2020, the company able to share more income to the shareholders, and then the shareholders might invest more to get more return. So for MCorp company, the margin has been dropped since 2018 to 2020. And the net profit margin of MCorp continues decrease because of the cost of goods sold became higher. Then we can look at the vertical analysis. In 2020, Ivory has higher margin than MCorp in difference of 90.54%. Then 2019, MCorp has higher margin than Ivory, which they are able to share more income to shareholders compared to Ivory. So it's much more than Ivory by almost 30%, but not reached yet. And then in 2018, Ivory has lower margin, which they are not able to pay so much income compared to MCorp Properties. So in 2018 and 2019, both years, MCorp was doing well in the company and able to share more income to their shareholders compared to Ivory. But in 2020, Avery has increased to higher than MCorp properties, where they are able to make shareholders invest more because of the higher return.
Inventory turnover. For Ivory Properties Group Berhad, in between just 3 years, the inventory turnover has been decreasing in the past 3 years from 0.93 in 2018 to 0.61 in 2019 to 0.15 in 2020. This situation will likely indicate weaker sales and declining demand for company products. For MCorp Property Berhad, the inventory turnover can be seen decreasing from 2.33 in 2018 to 0.39 in 2019. However, in 2020, the inventory turnover can be seen increasing into 2020 with 0.50. In conclusion, between the two company and industry years, it can be seen from the inventory turnover that the MCorp Properties Berhad had a more stable sales and demand for their products. Fixed asset turnover. For Ivory Property Group Berhad, based on the 2018 FAT, which is 1.08, it can be seen increasing to 1.56 in 2019, indicating that the company has effectively used investments in fixed assets to generate sales, whereas in 2020 it decreases to 1.06. For MCorp Properties Berhad, in 2018 and 2019, the FAT can be seen neither decreasing or increasing with 0.12, while there is a slight increase of 0.01 in 2020 with 0.13. In conclusion, it can be seen that it shows between the two companies that Ivory Properties Group Berhad management are more efficient of a company is at generating sales from its existing fixed asset. For total asset turnover, Ivory Properties Group Berhad in the 3 years from 2018 to 2020, TAT can be seen declining from 0.32 in 2018 to 0.25 in 2019 and to 0.09 in 2020. It shows that the company can't operate with fewer assets and are depending on debts and equity to operate. For MCorp Properties Berhad, there isn't any difference in TAT over the first 2 years, while there is a slight increasing in 2020. In conclusion, Ivory Properties Group Berhad can operate with fewer assets and depending less on debts and equity to operate in the early year of 2018 before declining, while MCorp Properties Berhad had a more stable TAT even when they had the lowest TAT. Debt ratio. For Ivory Properties Group Berhad, there is an increase in debt ratio in 2018 to 2019 from 0.19 to 0.20. In 2020, it decreases to 0.12. However, it is good sign as it indicates that the company had more assets than debts. For MCorp Properties Berhad, from 2018, it shows that there is a constant decrease in debt ratio in 3 years from 0.22 to 0.17 in 2019 and to 0.14 in 2020. The same with MCorp Properties Berhad, as it shown that the company have more assets than debts. It can be seen that, in conclusion, it can be seen that the debt ratio of both companies are lower than 1.00, indicating that both companies had more assets than debts, showing that the companies are mostly funded by equity. Debt to equity. For Ivory Properties Group Berhad, there is a slight increase and decrease in the span of 3 years. The debt to equity in 2018 is 0.30 and it increased to 0.01 to 0.31 in 2019, then decreased to 0.22 in 2020. For MCorp Properties Berhad, in 2019, the debt to equity of the company can be seen decreasing to 0.23 from 0.38 in 2018. It is then increasing by 0.03 in 2020 to 0.26. In conclusion, based on the data given, it shows that the companies have a somewhat stable debt to equity, as they aren't having a huge difference in their increases and decreases of debt to equity. Time interest earned. For Ivory Properties Group Berhad, from the data shown, it can be seen that there is a huge decrease in TIE between 2018 and 2019 from 4.9
0.51 to 1.60. However, in 2020, it can be seen that it increases to 2.52 from 1.60. Amcor Properties Berhad, it shows that there is a huge increase from 2018 to 2019 with 0.79 to 5.60. It can be seen from the data that the company have enough cash after paying its debts to continue investing better. However, in 2020, it starts to decrease to 2.40. In conclusion, based on the data, it shows that both companies had enough cash after paying the debts after 2018, as both companies can still invest in the business.
The conclusion: based on the computation and ratio analysis findings of the last 3 years, there is a clear indication for investors not to invest in Amcor Properties Berhad and Ivory Properties Berhad at this time. The liquidity ratio of Amcor Properties Berhad and Ivory Properties Berhad suggests that the company's financial performance has been lacking this year, and the company needs to demonstrate its ability to satisfy short-term debt obligation as soon as possible. Properties Berhad company performance has deteriorated for the present time as the result of not maximizing the use of their asset and not seeking to grow annually through increased profit, inventory turnover, fixed asset, and the variety of other factors of contribute to sale. In the vertical analysis, we compare the performance of Amcor Properties Berhad and Ivory Properties Berhad from 2018 to 2020. Based on the return on asset, return on equity, and other metrics, but we consider both companies to be the same for the purpose of this study, and the profit earned is obtained with differential turnover for a better understanding of performance and profitability.